She threw her underwear at me. What's good, Nessa gang? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, what's good? Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe button and be a part of Nessa gang, because Nessa gang is the littlest gang of all gangs. With that being said, this is the moment that y'all been waiting for, the next part of the story time. Sorry that I've been MIA with them. Before I get into the video, I do want to say shout out to BOXYCHARM for sponsoring this video. So if you don't know what BOXYCHARM is, it's this makeup company. You sign up for $21 a month. They send you at least 4 full-sized high-end products. They send you a box every month. Most of the time the products are legit. This look was inspired by what came in this box. October's box came with Black Bamboo Charcoal Peel Off Mask. I did not use that because I started my makeup pretty quickly, so I can get this video out to you guys. I'm gonna try this out and let y'all know what I think about it. They also have this Green Clean Makeup Meltaway Cleansing Balm, which I'm going to use tonight when I take off this makeup. It's supposed to take off the thickest of the thick makeup. I'm excited about that. It smells really good. But what I used for my makeup today was their Pure Midnight Masquerade face palette, which I am in love with. I used this color for underneath my eyes. I used this for my highlight. I used this one for the blush. I used this one for my eyelid, and I used this one for my transitioning color and like the main color on my lid, and then I used this one for the outer V, and it came out bomb. It also came with Elastic Stretch Volumizing Mascara. I used it before I put on these false lashes by Morphe. And then what I have on my lips is this Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Love Sick. I really like this color, just not with the eyes. I definitely recommend these Kat Von D lipsticks because they go on liquidy and then they dry matte. So basically, if you have dry lips like me, this works really well versus just putting on like a matte lipstick where they're just really drying from the jump. But yeah, that was all that was in my box. I'll list everything below and the prices if you're interested in them. I do like the products that I did try today. If you're interested in that, everything will be in the description below. And now for the story time. A lot of you guys said that I wait too long to tell you guys the next story, that you guys forget the character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys the story, and then as I get to a certain character that was mentioned before, I'm going to let you know who that person is and what they did to give you guys an idea. By the way, if you're new and this is your first video, I'm doing a whole series on my life story and the different times that I moved and why I got kicked out or why I left and all that stuff. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I need you to go watch the very first one in this playlist, getting kicked out at 17 and moving over 18 times. I'll put the link somewhere over here before you get into this video, but let's get into the video. The last video we left off with Mariah. Long story short, Mariah was not a good friend to me. She started taking my kindness for weakness, and overall she wasn't a good friend. She kicked me out without even telling me. I came back from vacation with my best friend and all my stuff was packed up, so that's how I left her house. Then I was pretty much okay because I had to go on vacation a couple days later anyways. But when I came back, I didn't really have anywhere to go. I really didn't want to stay with my mom because of the bed bug situation and everything else, so I was like house hopping. So in this story time, I'm gonna put like 4 houses in one because I was kind of bouncing around a lot. So when I first came back, I was with my best friend in high school. We're gonna name her Kim. So Kim, I was at her house. She plays like a really strong sister to me. She's like an older sister. She's very loving, very caring. She comes through when she can. Like there was times where Mariah didn't come pick me up and she wouldn't even ask questions. She would get me and she would not have plates on her car. Like it was completely illegal for her to be driving, but she went to go get me anyways because she knew that I needed help. So I was really thankful for her. I never had problems with her, but she did make it known that she liked her own space and that she would prefer to live alone. So eventually, after like a month and a half of being there and, you know, kind of overstaying, I just decided that it was my time to leave before things escalated, because obviously everywhere that I've been to, it always escalated, and she was going through things in her personal life, so I just thought it was a good idea for me to leave. So after that, I went to, we're gonna call this girl Lauren. I grew up with her. We grew up in the same small neighborhood from, I want to say, 3rd, 4th grade to like now. So we grew up together. Like, our parents was like mad tight or whatever, and she's been like, you know, come see me, let's chill. And mind you, Lauren is kind of far from my job. It's a 30-minute drive. After overstaying my stay at Kim's house, I really didn't have another option, so I went there. She didn't live by herself, she lived with her mom, but she didn't really live there because her and her mom always clashed. But her mom, like, it's hard to explain her. I'm just gonna say she's like off. She's like ignorant. She just says weird things, and she has like a childish mentality when it comes to certain things. Her mom's like really nosy, and she's really into drama. So she knows that my mom has bed bugs, and she was just really scared about that. Even though I had not been staying at my mom's house, she was just really freaked out about everything. Every time I came in the house, she wanted me to strip off all my clothes and throw it in the washer. Like, she didn't want me to bring anything out of my car. She would just be so annoying about it, and it was just so irritating. But I didn't have nowhere to go, so, you know, I just kept up with it, and I was just nice, and I just did whatever she wanted me to do. But after a while, she was just like, you gotta go. And Lauren was trying to keep me there, trying to fight for me, but, you know, enough is enough. She was going as far as making up face excuses for me to leave. She was like, well, we live in a trailer park, and you're not on the lease, and if they see your car, they see your car. People are asking questions, and you don't pay nothing, I can get kicked out, this, that, the third. She even went as far as to put a freaking note on her door saying something about evicted, something stupid. So she really wanted me gone, but, you know, I didn't have anywhere to go. So while she wants me gone, I'm trying to figure out like my next place to go, my next move. So my car got so bad to the point where Lauren had to like pick me up or take me to work sometimes, and her mom did not like that at all. Even though I was giving her money and stuff, her mom was just like not for helping me. She just got really weird really quick. I wrote this one day pulling up to Lauren's house. This is September 11, 2016. Crying, had to let it out. I've been going through so much. I'm just ready to live happily, doing stuff I like, and being around the people I love, surrounding myself around people that care about me. I'm so tired of liars, fakes, thieves, and snakes. I just be ready to give up, but thinking like that ain't gonna get me anywhere. I don't have time to give up. I don't even have a place to stay. I just wish I knew the exact moves to make every day so that I'd be good, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep because I need to get up early and try to fix my car, because I don't think I'm gonna make it to work, to be honest. And I can't afford to get it towed because I have no insurance. So this is when I was like really going through it, and I was like, I really don't know what to do. Like, my time is really running lower and lower. I've already been through all of these people. How many people could there be left? You feel me? Okay, so me and Lauren's mom was getting into it and stuff. So when she started creating crazy lies to try to get me to leave, I just knew I could not stay no more. And James and I were like kind of cool. So James is my ex-boyfriend. Now you guys know who that is. So he hit me up and we just talked randomly, like once in a blue moon and stuff. So he was telling me that he would help me fix it and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you live 2 hours away. Like, what if it doesn't make it? And he was like, if it doesn't make it, I'll drive to you and then we'll fix it there or whatever. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I have everything that I own in here and I don't have insurance. Like, I really need to make sure you know what you're talking about, because I don't have any bread either. And he's like, yes, just come out here. So I think I had about 2 days off. I told my job, give me 2 days off because I'm gonna try to fix my car. My car was the only thing that I had left, like literally the only thing in my name, and it was breaking down. So obviously I didn't even want to get insurance, because at this point I already planned on going to Atlanta in a few months. So yeah, I went to James' house and I stood there for the weekend, and he was looking at my car, and he really kind of didn't even know what to do. He bought a couple parts and he switched it out and everything, and as always, when somebody's looking at the car, it acts perfectly fine. But me, I know my car, it just breaks down randomly. So after not being able to fix it after the weekend, I just told him, look, I have to get back to work. I cannot call off like I'm on a thin line with them already, so I gotta go. And I was so scared because I knew that my car was messed up, and I just had a bad feeling that day. So I drive 2 hours to try to get to work. I literally pull up at the time I'm supposed to be at work, right on point. And my car was like acting weird, of course, but nothing too crazy. I would just thank God that I made it, because it would be one thing to get stuck and not make it to work anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have just stood where I was at and got it looked at for longer. So after work, I get out of work at like 12 in the morning. Mind you, we close at 8:39. It's crazy how long we end up staying after, because people don't know how to clean. But anyways, my car don't want to start. Like, it's acting so stupid. I get a jump and I'm driving down the street and my car's like like it don't want to go. Like, I'm pressing the gas and it's just inching. Eventually, when I come to one of the stoplights about 2-3 miles away from my job, it just completely stops, turns off, does not want to turn on, lights not even turning on. It's like completely dead. Mind you, I didn't even know where I was going at that time, because I definitely couldn't go back to Lauren's house, and I didn't even talk to anybody because I was so busy at work. I had a lot going on at work, so I was just driving and then my car shuts down. That was the point of my life where I was rock bottom. Like, that's when I was so depressed. I just stood there bawling my eyes out. No one answered. So now I'm gonna read you another part of my diary. Currently sitting in my car in a random dealer's parking lot. I just got off of work and it's 12 a.m. Something told me I was gonna have a bad day. I've been having a weird feeling, and it's been feeling really off. And at this very moment, I don't care about life or anything. I don't even care if somebody tried to rob me. I would let them take it in my life while they're at it. Obviously, I was actually like cussing and like going in, but I can't do that on YouTube. But that is the lowest of the low. I didn't know what to do, so I just told Boston. Boston is the one who I met on You Now. Boston low-key high-key did catfish me in the beginning. I thought Boston was a boy at first, and then comes out it's a girl. I'd never seen Boston for months on months until right before I was about to move to Atlanta. I hit Boston up and I let her know what was going on. I told her basically what I wrote in the diary, and she got scared. She thought that I was gonna commit suicide, which I would never do. I don't have the balls to do that, to be honest. So she was like, what do you want? What do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, but I just don't want to live. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do anything. Like, nobody cares about me. I don't have any purpose to life. And she's like, just give me a day, just give me a day. When you want to come? Do you want to come now? Do you want to come tomorrow? And I was like, honestly, like, if I'm gonna leave and go to Atlanta, I want to do it the right way. So I want to leave my job in good terms. So I'm pretty sure a 2-week notice is good. Mind you, I already let my job know that I was gonna move soon, so they was already prepared for it. So she was like, just give me a day, give me a day. So I told her 2 weeks, and she was like, all right, just hang in there, figure something out. Like, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow, and I'm gonna give you your flight information. She's like, just don't give up on me. So I was like, okay. My cousin, we're gonna call her Snow. I called her first and she didn't answer. I called a lot of people, nobody answered, but Boston answered, and she told me that. And after she told me to just hang in there, Snow called me back and she was like, what's going on? And I told her, and she's like, dang, like, I guess she was at a party or something. She even sounded like she wanted to come, but I'm thankful she did. So she pulled up and she's like, well, what do you think is wrong? I was like, I don't know, maybe gas, maybe this, maybe that. And we like pushed it into the dealer parking lot, because at first it was in the street. She went to go get some gas. We put it in. The car actually turned on for a second, but it only made it to the next gas station. So we left the car at the gas station and she brought me to her house. And I was just bawling because I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, like, what if you never came? What am I gonna do now? I don't have a car. Luckily, Snow lived literally, it was like a 10-minute walk from her house to my job. So it was like pretty close. But the problem with that is that her girlfriend that she lived with thought that we were fake cousins and that we was on some incest stuff. Her girlfriend was just really insecure and stuff. So to avoid conflict and stuff, she told me. So I knew that I couldn't be there for long. So I stood there literally 2 days. And then after those 2 days, my other cousin, we're gonna call her Sam, she reached out to me. She was like, you can come over here. Like, we just got cool again, because like she went MIA for a long time. She was like, just stay at my mom's house. I don't usually be there. You know, I really be at work or at my friend's house or at my ex-boyfriend's house or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, at least I'm with family. and she lived a little bit further than Snow. She probably lived about 4 or 5 minutes away top, so it was like a 7-minute drive to my job, and it was like straight there. But that ended up going left really quick because she from the jump owed me money. She owed me about $160, just like Mariah. So Mariah was the last girl that I stood with that did me wrong. Me and Sam, my cousin, basically had the same problem. So me and her ended up getting into it because she thought that her bringing me to and from work periodically whenever she wanted to was making up for the $160 that she owed me a long time ago. And mind you, I hit my most rock bottom and I didn't have any money because I kept putting all my money into gas and trying to fix my car. I didn't have any money, and that's when I hit the rock bottom, and that's when I would have needed the money the most, and she works too. So on top of all of that, I'm giving her money for gas because she would complain she don't got money, just like Mariah. But then she would go pick up her boyfriend that works 20 minutes away and pick up her ex-boyfriend's friends and drop them off at their houses. Like, she would just do dumb stuff. Like, the stuff wasn't adding up. So I was still giving her money, but she still had the audacity to say that she didn't owe me. And her mom, which is my aunt, me and her got into it too because before I got there was already talk about what I do in life and how much I make. So I ended up sending my older cousin, which is her brother and my aunt's son, I was talking to them about YouTube, and then I sent them a screenshot of a friend of mine's PayPal account of what they made a month, and they thought that that was my account, and I think it was like 68K in the screenshot. So they thinking that I'm balling and stuff and I'm just acting broke or whatever. So my aunt's over here complaining about how she behind on bills and people just live there for free. She was like basically hinting to me, and there was no food there. So she got greedy. She wanted me to go legit grocery shopping every time. She wanted me to cook. She would wake me up in the middle of the night, throw her keys at me, and be like, I need you to go get some beer for me. I need you to give me some cigarettes. I need you to do this, that, the third, in the middle of the freaking night. Just had me do dummy missions and stuff. Treated me like a maid or something. She threw her underwear at me and she was like, hey, can you go throw this in the washer real quick? She threw her underwear at me. I was so grossed out. She was like, girl, I washed it with my hands first. Don't act like that. This, that, the third. And I was so pissed. Like, I was so mad and upset. Mind you, Boston had sent me my plane ticket, so it was all set in stone. I was leaving in 2 weeks, which I was so blessed because I could not stand it anymore. My aunt started blaming me for bed bugs, that I was bringing in bed bugs, which mind you, all my stuff was in my car, so I could not bring bed bugs anywhere. Like, there was no way. I left all my clothes in my car, and mind you, they already had bed bugs before, and bed bugs are very, very, very hard to get rid of, especially if you had an infestation already. So she started blaming me for that, and I'm like, there's no way. My cousin started arguing with her about it. She's like, she didn't do it, she didn't do it. That's another reason why my cousin didn't think she should pay me back, because she was like, my mom thinks you brought stuff into my house, so I'm paying for it. It was just a freaking mess, and I could not wait to leave. I was already at my lowest point. Like, I already didn't feel wanted. Like, it was just so much chaos from like every aspect of my life, even my job. It was horrible, like insane. So at the time I was like, I'm making the best decision ever leaving. I am scared AF. I am so scared. I don't know what to expect, but I know it cannot be worse than this. This is ridiculous. These are people who are supposed to look after me, care for me, make sure nothing happens to me, but at this point they could care less if I drop dead. It was so sickening. Like, if they need me to jump, when they say jump, I would jump, but it's not the same in return, and that's so messed up. The last week of me staying in Grand Rapids, James was on vacation or whatever, so he was in Grand Rapids, and we started hanging out. Like, we became mad cool again, to the point where I'm thinking like, dang, is this a sign from God telling me to stay? Am I supposed to be here? Am I just supposed to say F it all and just settle right now, be a housewife, house mom, cook him food, and then that be it? Like, I don't really gotta do nothing but go to cosmetology school. But I was like, nah, I gotta go through with it. So he ended up agreeing to take me to my flight, which was in Chicago, because it's obviously cheaper to go to Chicago. Plus I wanted to go there because my second family, my dad's side of the family, is over there, so I would want to say bye, because I didn't know the next time that I was gonna come back, which I really didn't want to, because I knew that there was nothing for me there. Nobody helped me, so what I need to come back so quickly for, you feel me? So he agreed to take me, and my car was completely messed up. My mom ended up buying it off of me for $300. I didn't even care. I was like, just take it. I'd be glad if you gave me $50 because it's a piece of crap. Although it did look nice. It was a 99 Volkswagen Jetta. On the day of, I was so ready to leave. It was a little bit emotional. It was like bittersweet saying bye to everybody. They really didn't know where I was going, like who it was that I was with. I just told them it was a friend. I didn't go into detail. I think I said this friend I went to school with. They said bye, and James started crying in the car on the way to Chicago. It was like, I was just like, okay, this is weird. Anyways, when we got to Chicago, the family over there had a dinner, like a goodbye dinner, wishing me luck. I was really scared and nervous, was even thinking about not going. I was gonna say forget it all and live an easy life and just give up and live my life with James. When he took me to the airport, it was just me and him, and we were both bawling our eyes out. After 20 minutes of crying and stalling, I decided that I have nothing to lose, and if I didn't take a chance, I would never know. So I went. I followed through with my decision, and I got on that plane to Atlanta, Georgia. And that is the end of this video. I actually stuffed like 4 different houses that I was in. I made it as long as I possibly could for this time. I was scared shitless. I kid you not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I never met the lady I was moving with. I never talked to her on the phone or anything. She just knew to pick me up when she had to pick me up. And it's the beginning of something crazy. So if you like this video and you thought it was really interesting, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you want me to continue the story times. I'm going to try to post more consecutively like I did before, and post multiple times even in a day. But before I leave, I'm going to give my shout out. So today's shout out goes to Vanessa Lynn _FP. Shout out to you. It's one of my fan pages. I love you so much. You're so supportive and you're always on top of everything, and I love how you love me because I love you too. Mwah. I'm gonna start doing my shout outs regularly like before, so if you guys would like a shout out for the next video, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell button, and comment some nice things on my last post on my Instagram, and that's how I'll find you. The more you post, the more I'll notice you, the better chance that you get a shout out, you feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna end this video right here. I love you, Nessa Gang, so much. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you later. Bye.